Hello everyone, welcome to VMS class. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the Boolean data type. In short, we will call it as Bool data type. So this is the fourth data type that we are going to study. It is a primitive data type, which is going to store a single value. Think about the applications that we are using every day. If you take, for example, logging into a website. If you want to book a movie ticket, you want to make an online payment, you want to unlock your mobile, you need to check whether the email is verified or not. In all these situations, the software checks a simple condition. Is the user logged in? The answer can be yes or no. Is the payment successful? The question. The answer can be yes or no. Is the product available? The answer is yes or no. In all these cases, the answers can be yes or no. Okay, the answer is always one of these two possibilities, yes, no. So in Python, we need to see any status of a particular product is available, whether the payment is successful. You need to check the status, yes or no, positive or negative, like that. So in Python, these are represented using the Boolean data type. Okay, in short, we will call it as a Bool data type in Python. What is Boolean here? A Boolean is a data type that stores only two values. So that two values are true and false. So this true and false are keywords in Python. Keywords means the reserved words. This true and false is having a fixed meaning. Okay, so these values represent the logical conditions or decisions. When you want to check any condition, you can use this Boolean data type, which has only two values, true, false. Okay, consider a simple example program. Here is logged in equal to true and payment success equal to false. If you print this variable is logged in, it will print true. If you print payment success, then it will print false. Like this, you can assign any Boolean value true or false to any variable. Directly, I can assign true or false to the variable. Later, I can check in the condition whether it is a true or false. Based on the condition, we are going to step into that block of the code. Okay. Now you can check the data type of that particular variable also. If I assign status equal to true, print type of status, it will print class bool, which indicates that it is a Boolean data type. Okay. So let us see some of the example in the ideally shell and few programs. If you directly print true, it is a valid literal in Python, which is a reserved word. Even you can take false, which is valid literal. You can assign a equal to true, then you can print a. So you can see what is the type of a. It is going to return the Boolean. So here Boolean means it is a data type which has two values. So the two values are either true or false. So even you can take b equal to false, you can print b, What is the type of B? It is a false again. Okay, so like this, you can directly use this true or false. Okay, now let me take a simple program here. Let us take the variable name is underscore logged in equal to, directly you can assign the Boolean value. You can print login status is underscore logged underscore in. Save this program and you can execute this. You can see the login status, it is printing the value true. Okay, you can take any other variables also. I am taking payment status equal to false. Print payment successful. Status I am printing, comma, payment status. I am just printing the payment status. Successful, if it is false, it is not successful basically. So you can assign the value like this. Okay. So in Python, this Boolean values also can be used for arithmetic calculations. If you take a print of true plus true, it is valid because the Python will take true as 1 internally, false as 0. When you execute this, you can notice that the result is a true, because here true plus true will give you 2. True plus false, it will give 1, because true internally is 1, false internally is 0. If we take false plus false, then you can see the value is 0. Okay. Internally, true can be represented as 1, false can be represented as 0. Even you can use the bool function. We have taken the complex function for creating a complex number. Like this, we have bool of 1. Okay. So which will give you true. It is going to return 1 is a true value. If you take a bool of 0, then it is going to return the value is false. Okay. So even you can take a string bool of an empty string will always return false. Okay. Empty string always returns false. If you take any valid string, then it is going to return true. Let me take here bool of any name VMS I am taking. So it is going to return true. Here 1 means true, 0 means false. An empty string becomes false. Any non-empty string will become true. Okay. So even you can take an empty list, bool of empty list, it will return false. Bool of any valid, okay, list with numbers, which will return true. It means we can say an empty list will return false. Any elements within the list can return true. Even you can take any other, okay. I'm going to take a dictionary here, empty dictionary, false. Bool of, you can take any dictionary with some element, name, VMS, then it is going to return true. Okay, so like that, any empty thing will return false, 0 will return false, the remaining thing will return true. Okay, so like that, this Boolean is very helpful in multiple applications like login authentication, in ATM machines, online payments, email verification. Many places we are going to use this Boolean. And especially in the case of conditional statements, when two values are compared, If I take 2 and 3, 2 greater than 3, it is going to return the Boolean value. It can be true or false. Based on this condition, we are going to step into any kind of blocks in Python programming. Okay, we are going to discuss more about the conditional statements, but as of now, remember, so Boolean represents true or false. Okay, so remember some of the important things. Boolean values are case sensitive. Okay, let me take here Boolean values are case sensitive. It means what here? It should be capital T and remaining are lowercase because it is a keyword. If I use all are lowercase, then it will give error, name error. True is not defined. If you take lowercase false, it will give name error false. The first letter will be uppercase, the remaining are lowercase. Okay, so if you want, you can see the list of keywords. Import keyword dot kw list. Here you can notice that false, it is a reserved word, right? False is a reserved word, and you can see true, it is also a reserved word. Okay, then this basically the true and false is considered as 1 and 0, right? Basically, this true and false, the Boolean is a subclass of integer class. If you want, you can also check is instance of true, comma int. So here, what I am checking, true is basically a subclass of integer. Okay, you can see that it is a true. Okay, is instance of false, comma int. It also returns true because again false is a subclass. So that's why the reason true and false is going to involved in a kind of arithmetic expressions. So even you can take true greater than false, it is going to return true. The reason is true can be 1, false can be 0. So that is the reason it is going to involve in arithmetic operations. Okay. Also remember only few values are false. Okay. I am going to show you what are the false cases. Okay. Here false can be 0. So 0 also can be, okay, it is going to return. For example, bool of false. You see that it is a false. Bool of 0 can take, it is a false. Bool of 0.0, it is a false again. Bool of any empty string. For example, I am taking empty string here. It is again false. Okay. Bool of empty list. It is false again. Bool of empty tuple again it is a false. Okay, bool of empty dictionary, it is false again. Bool of empty set, if you take an empty set, it is going to be false. Bool of none, it is going to return false. So in all these cases it is going to return false. Okay, most of these cases. The remaining cases it is always going to return true. Let me take some examples here. Bool of, okay, here false. I will take true. It is going to return true. Bool of any non, okay, zero value that can be positive or negative. It is going to return true. Okay, any non-negative, okay, non-zero, 0.0. Okay, even includes this negative also minus 9.5. It is going to return true. Okay, bool of non 0.0 value can be considered as a true. And even you can take this set, tuple, okay, dictionary, okay, all of these cases. As of now, you no need to have much, okay, idea on these concepts. I am going to explain this list, tuple, set, dictionaries in the upcoming lessons. But as of now, if you take any value inside these collections, then it is going to return true. Okay, consider this very important. And even Boolean values are going to involve in the arithmetic expressions. Okay, it can be helpful in the evaluation of multiple conditions. Okay, so let us see some of these important questions in the Boolean. What is a Boolean data type in Python? It's about the definition. A Boolean is a data type that stores only two values, true and false. It is mainly used to represent the logical conditions and decision making in programs. What are the two Boolean values in Python? We know that true and false. And remember, both must start with the capital letter. What is the output of the following code? Print of true plus true. It will produce 2 because internally true is 1, false is 0. What is the output of bool of 0 and bool of 100? Bool of 0 will return false. Bool of 100, it is non-zero value, so it will return true. Okay. What is the difference between capital true and this true, which is enclosed in the double quotations? Remember, true is a Boolean value and this is nothing but a string which is enclosed in double quotation. It is not a Boolean value. Give some examples of values that evaluate to false in Python. I have given all these examples. False, 0, 0.0, empty string, empty list, empty dictionary, empty tuple, empty set, and none. All of this, bool of all of this will return false. Okay? Thank you. I will see you in the next lesson.